Now that you have your materials, it's time to start measuring and cutting our pieces. We're going to take our piece of balsa wood and we're going to first cut the roadway. We do not use a ruler at this step. We simply take our balsa wood and we match it up to the length of the roadway on our drawing. We'll use a pencil. Again, I use the marker so that I'm able to see. And we make our mark. You can see that my mark was made right there. It's just a simple black line. The next thing I'm going to do is get my cutter and we're going to make our cut. You can see that your cutter has a blade. That blade is protected by a plastic cover that's clear, and that blade will work on a lever principle and down to cut your piece. Normally you would do this on the table. I, however, am going to attempt to do this in the air so you can see exactly what is going on. So we're going to take our mark, we're going to line it up with our cutter, and you'll see that the blade is going to come down. And there we go, we have our piece. We want to double check that our piece matches the correct length, make any adjustments if necessary. We do not want to apply glue to the whole thing. I repeat, we do not want to apply glue to the whole thing. However, we are first going to attach this to the wax paper with a small piece of tape. That allows it to stay stationary while we cut the others. So we place our piece down. Notice we're putting tape in an area where there are no other black lines. That is crucial. Okay, that is secure. Our next step is to cut the left or the right side. What we're going to be doing is placing the wood over top of it, and we are going to be drawing in our angle. I'm zooming in on the screen here so that you can see exactly what I'm going to do. I have my piece. I am placing it over top. Okay, and we have that one matched up perfectly. And I'm going to take my marker or my pencil and run it right down the edge until we get to the piece of wood, and you can see that I am going to draw in that angle. Once that angle is drawn in, we're now going to take our cutter and we're going to make our cut. I have that cutter once again, and I'm now going to have to put my piece in at an angle, you can see. Set it up with my cutter, and then I'll be able to cut our piece. You can see that I have an angle right on this piece here. So I'm going to test fit that in. And you will see that that's perfectly going to match that up. Okay. Don't worry about the top, as we can place the angled piece on the top as well. You can also cut the side piece at an angle if you like. Okay, I will work off of this method, then I will show you the other method. So now that we have a piece that fits perfectly in here, we're going to need to glue it down. What we need is that scrap piece of paper. We need a little dab of glue, not a lot. A little bit of glue goes a long way. Take the end of this and dip it in the glue. Now that we have just a little bit of glue on the end of it, we're going to place it in the correct position, and then we are going to tape it down with a piece of tape, making sure that that tape does not go over any of the other black lines. This has to dry for 24 hours. You can blow on this glue all you want, it will not matter. It takes a chemical reaction for this to work. Okay, you can see that my piece is in there and secure. The next thing that I can do is I can take the piece of balsa wood that I have, And we are then going to cut the top. I can place the top over that piece. Let me zoom in. And then once again, we can draw that angle. And then we can use our cutter and we can cut that piece. Again, we may have to place this in here at a different angle so this can be cut. Okay, you see that I have my angled piece in there now. Now our next step would be to cut this to length. I am not going to complete this in this video, but you can see the process. We are moving right along the outer working of the truss. Do that first before you do anything on the inside.